and welcome to another episode of the Cosplay Enthusiast. For those who may not know, I did the month of the First Doctor back in November of 2017, and this is kind of, an addendum, well, in addition to that. Basically, talk about the life and career of William Hartnell, the man who played the First Doctor in the long-running series Doctor Who. And this is just one last thing that I have to do for him, and I plan on doing for each, classic era Doctor that I get through, because my plans are currently to cover all the classic era Doctors. Basically, today's video is about costuming and characterization for the character. Basically, what did he look like, and how can I recreate that? Well, let's see. As I have a little pop figure here. Well, not a pop figure, it's a... I forget the brand figure, but whatever. Let's see, we see older gentleman, white hair, kind of slicked back. Dressed nicely. Shoes, monocle, nice little, bow tie thing. So, in terms of costume, what are we looking at? Well, for me, personally, I had to get a wig. This is just, a generic old man wig, because it's got, bald part, but the back, which I need to, figure out if I can comb properly and make it look nicer than it does, because currently it just looks blah. Also, this is gray as opposed to Hartnell's white, which I guess was also a wig. Just random fact for you. Next up, going down, you got, he's wearing some nice clothing. So, a dress shirt, obviously. I think his was kind of just plain white. I couldn't really tell you, but this had a nice little pattern to it. So I got this, basically, just a nice dress shirt. It's going to be worn under a sport coat or a frock coat that the Doctor normally wore, and also commonly he would wear. It looked like he would wear a vest to me. So, some nice dress vest. I had one, but I lost some things, so I don't currently have one. But basically, if you want to wear a vest with it, go with, a black vest. Then going down, still we have, pants, obviously. Because every well-to-do gentleman wears pants. And here are the pants that I chose to go with. Basically, in the series, he commonly wore basically a lighter colored, checkered patterned set of pants. So basically with horizontal and vertical lines going all down them. It's it's interesting, it's classic. It was the 1960s. So I guess that was the fashion for the Doctor. Also really quick. Sorry. I forgot I had this actually. He also wore a tie. Well, a bow tie kind of thing that was interesting and unique, and I have my own little mock-up here. Basically, what it was kind of, it was an interesting little thing. And I'll have pictures of the Doctor for reference, but, for the most part, the costume is going to be just going down to the thrift store, looking through things, trying to find, checkered pants, nice dress vest, dress shirt. I mean, you can get anywhere, basically. You can get new or old, doesn't matter. Honestly, if you get new, hey, you have it for, future events, weddings, job interviews, etc. And sport coats, again, thrift store, easy enough. It's going to be a lot cheaper than, new. But, yeah, so that covers most of the basic costume stuff. But a couple things were special, like I said, and I got sidetracked on. The bow tie. Basically, it was, a long, dark piece of fabric that, he had tied up around his neck into a little bow, like this. I didn't have anything, so I went with the next best thing I could find. Basically, go to your craft store and, look through all the different aisles. And eventually you'll come across, basically, little, around fabric and stuff like that. I found this at Walmart. It was $2. Basically, it's a little bow which I attached to a, no joke, it's like a hair tie. So I can slide this over my head. Ow, that hurts. And it's a little bow tie thing. And then, another interesting bit that most people might not catch is he wore a ring, actually. Apparently, it was a blue stone ring. I have a black stone. Because, you see, the show's wearing black and white. It was a dark color. Go figure. But, you know, you can look through all the thrift stores and stuff like that, or you can go get your own special, you know, dark blue ring. Dark blue. Still mad about that. Or you can get creative like I did. Literally, it's pretty far away, so you might not be able to tell, but this is literally a button and some wire. Here's the wire. You can get this at your craft stores. Look in like the jewelry section. Basically, what I did was, you know, I wound off like a nice long piece, you know, and I snipped it off. Then I took my button. This one has 4 holes in it. You know, 4 holes, 2 holes, doesn't really matter. And basically, you know, I fed my wire down through it so that, oh hey, it's attached. Then I literally took the ring, set it on my finger, wrapped it around as many times as I could so that I could slide it off and on easily. Bam, you can make your own ring for like probably $3. Somewhere in that ballpark. And since this is, for me, unfortunately not going to be a very common cosplay, you know, and that's just because I don't gel as well with the character. You know, I love Hartnell. He was an excellent first Doctor. But I can't pull him off as well. So, yeah. That is basically costuming. You know, dress nicely, wear a nice little bow tie, wear a ring if you want. You know, that's most of the traditional stuff for the Doctor. A few other little accessories that weren't as commonly featured were a monocle. You know, at times, you know, he was an older guy, so he would need a monocle to occasionally, you know, come up and, like, inspect things. Like, oh, yes, I see. Very interesting. Also, at times, he would wear kind of like a cloak thing, like an opera cloak, I believe they describe it as. I'll try and find pictures for reference for this as well. And also, you know, cane at times. Again, older guy, go figure. So, you know, dress nicely. Have slick back white hair. I would say, like, again, focusing on the white hair really quick. If you're looking for like a good reference point, look at Dr. Emmett Brown from Back to the Future. You know, pretty much his hair but slicked down. Or Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Kind of, you know, he's got like a good widow's peak, you know, where the hairline is receding a bit. But it's slicked down. And also not kind of bluish. Oh, just trying to give some reference for you guys. So that's the costuming stuff. Really quick, in terms of characterization, first off, he's an older gentleman. Hartnell started the role at the age of 57. Stepped down in 1965 or 66 at the age of about 60. Basically health issues, unfortunately. He did reprise the role one last time in 1973. You know, for the 10th anniversary special. But, you know, he was an older guy. The Doctor was very much an academic. You know, very interested and curious in the world around him. And honestly, because of that interest and curiosity, that's what led to some of the interesting adventures in the first couple of seasons with the Doctor. You know, like, honestly, we wouldn't have Daleks, you know, if the Doctor hadn't tricked his crew into exploring, you know, the planet to try and find Mercury for one of the devices within the TARDIS. And if you've watched the series, you've seen the Doctor deal with Daleks a number of times. And, you know, it's pretty important. So, first off, be very interested and curious in things around you. Second, you know, to use some, like, 1960s phrasing, the Doctor was a tough old bird. You know, like, he was older, pretty set in his ways, and if he thought something was stupid or ridiculous, he would not hold back in telling you. You know, like look at your grandparents. You know, think about how they would react to some of the things that you're doing. Like, oh my gosh, you've got like pink hair now. That's ridiculous. Very conservative. There we go. You know, unless your grandparents are just like, man, that's cool, whatever, I don't care. You know, because they're hippies, and that's fine too. But, you know, very conservative, very academic, interested in the world. He is compassionate, though. And, you know, that's a very big part of his character, because he travels across the universe trying to right wrongs and do good things. Because, you know, sometimes you need to be the person who goes out and does the good things in the universe. So, you know, conservative, academic, you know, very curious about the world. But, you know, he's going to step in when he sees something that he doesn't agree with. Definitely. And also, if you look like an 8, he's going to tell you. Very bluntly. You're a good man, Mr. Hartnell. I'm not sure what else to really say at this point for the characterization of Doctor Who. But, stay tuned for the next video in the Cosplay Enthusiast series for the first Doctor, where I'm going to, you know, take the cosplay elements and the characterization elements that I talked about, put them together, you know, with myself, and you know, do a quick scene from Doctor Who. For those curious, this scene is actually kind of paying homage to the end of the Dalek invasion of Earth from season 2 of the series. Quick spoilers, basically in the end the Doctor has to say goodbye to one of his companions. And it seems a fitting end, you know, because it's one of the most hard-hitting, compassionate scenes that I felt for the first Doctor. He has to say goodbye to his granddaughter. You know, a person he's been traveling with for how many years, and, you know, they've relied on each other to get through all this craziness. And yeah, but you know, I do tweak it a bit, but again, I'm doing it, you know, to pay as much respect to, you know, the characters as possible. It just feels like and my tweaks feel fitting, you know, for the end of the month of the first Doctor, which was again a couple of months ago, and this is just additional content. So hopefully, if you are interested, feel free to stick around for that. That should be coming up. This video should be coming up in February, so by the end of February, I hope, is my plan currently. But as always, everyone, thank you for watching. Have fun, stay safe, keep hydrated, and remember, every character has a story to tell. I'm Valiant Bradley James, the cosplay enthusiast and character investigator. Peace.